We are going to begin our Sunday service. Today's discourse is on right relationship. And we have had this before, but we're going to be continuing it and continue developing this in ourselves. So, having right relationship is part of the awakening process that we go through. It's talked about in all different religions. It's called, it could be called the golden rule or karma, or what goes around comes around. It's an energy that we put out that comes, everything is arcing back to us. So it's whatever we put out is what we get back. And, you can look at this from what is right relationship with nature, the elements, the angelic beings, or people, other human beings. Today we're going to start by looking at having right relationship with ourselves. Our relationship with ourselves is the foundation of how we express ourselves in the world, in this illusion, and in spirit, and through the subtle body. It's a multifaceted relationship that we have with ourselves. And you could think of it in terms of the chakras, like the energy levels, the different densities of vibration. So before we can even start looking at, it doesn't matter where you start or how you start, but one way to approach an analysis or a self-analysis or a self-check on am I having right relationship is to start with ourselves. And you can do this by moving up through the chakras. And so you could say, what's my relationship with my health? How do I take care of myself? How do I treat myself financially? What's my relationship with my finances? What's my relationship with my sense of security and how I take care of myself? How I place myself in the world? And you can move up into the emotion. We can move up into the emotions saying, what is my relationship with my emotions? And so this is kind of like a baby step of going up through the chakras, the emotional, mental, psychic, spiritual, cosmic, super cosmic relationship with ourselves. How do we see ourselves not only in the world, what's our relationship with the universe? What's the relationship that we have with God? How is our relationship on all these different levels, and where is our relationship? And kind of going through doing a self-check and providing in order to really do this self-check to see if you're having right relationship on these different levels, we want to make sure, do our best to witness what we are doing without judging. So to step back and say, okay, every time I feel sad, I eat a gallon of chocolate ice cream. Allow yourself to see, okay, so like what it is, and then to practice love around it. So instead of saying like, oh, I eat the whole gallon and then I'm fat, or I feel sick, or I make myself sick, instead of going down the spiral or spiraling down, use love to start to lift the vibration. And we have so many tools to do that. So we could use Ho'oponopono, we could do like energy healing on ourselves, we can recognize our thought patterns. But this is all done in a environment that we create that is like an unconditional love for who we are and what we're doing, and this is getting into right relationship with ourself. All of this work that we're doing will eventually, it will be manifested through us, and it will impact our outer realm. It will start to reflect that in our world, in our outer environment. So one of the keys to this awareness and this ability to have this unconditional love for the self, this forgiveness and understanding, is to realize who we really are on all different levels. And we call this awakening. And this awakening, so it's really also related to like samadhi, which is the 8th limb of Patanjali's yoga sutras. So some people say that, okay, samadhi is like enlightenment. It's this enlightenment, it's this nirvana, heaven, whatever you want to call it. The whole like little ego, maybe it's still there, but it's allowed to dissolve. It's allowed to move into this true reality that we are all one. When we allow ourselves to move into this reality, like a full, complete embodiment, this embodied realization of we are all one, right relationship flows naturally. And it's honest. It's an honest expression, because nothing can take away the truth. The truth is the truth, and there's no judgment. So if you see, I've been mistreating an animal, or there's no judgment in this awakening, in this realization that I am you, you are me, I am this, we are that, we're all connected, we're all one, it's all the same. So with this realization that, or judgment, you realize it doesn't even matter. It does not even matter. What matters is this right relationship with God, this understanding that we are all love and we are all one. And we're forgiven. And we must also forgive ourselves, depending on where we're going, where we're at, what we're doing. We do it to ourselves. We're co-creating with God. We're reflecting that nature, that spirit nature. We are spirit. And it's honest. There's no need for validation. There's no need for blame. There's no need for separation, pointing fingers, pulling apart. It's all united. It's all one. My strengths are your strengths. My weaknesses are your weaknesses. Our weaknesses are our strengths. Our strengths are our weaknesses. So it can be a lot for the mind to understand and bring together, but we don't have to do that. All we have to do is be love. Allow God's will to move. God's love. God is love. Allow it to move. Don't judge it. Don't try to define God. Don't try to define what is right and what is wrong. God knows. Do we really place ourselves in God's hands? Or are we the judge? I am the judge, and I know what is right and wrong. Or do we allow, I know people will feel, we know because we've experienced it, feeling guilty about something we said. Maybe we said something the wrong way. And then we go back later and go, oh, why did I say it like that? Or that was rude, or that was angry, or that was hurtful, or I wanted to be hurtful, or that was an accident, I didn't mean to be hurtful. If we are truly placing our faith in God and on our relationships, everything, our whole relationship with ourselves, maybe this was the perfect, not maybe, but it is the perfect, it's all one. It's the perfect relationship. And we're not advocating to go out and start, trampling on people. Because if we're trampling on people, what that means is we're trampling on ourselves. And if we're judging other people, really, we're judging ourselves. Or if we're abusing people, places, plants, whatever, that's a reflection of us. And we can pray to God and sit in our meditation and do our practices that we realize what we are doing. And this realization awakens us, can awaken us to this reality that we are all one, we are all interrelated, we're all here in this. It's a relationship. We can forgive ourselves and forgive others, understand ourselves, understand others. Allow ourselves to be our true selves. Allow others to be their true selves. really allow them, even if it's difficult, if it seems difficult. But it's not. It's not difficult. It's actually a blessing, because it's an expression of God, and it's expression of light energy and light, and it's providing this rich experience. Thank God for the challenges we face. Thank God. Thank God for the parts of us that are suffering. Thank God that we have these different gifts and modes of expression, that we can have a relationship. We have a relationship with our body. We have a relationship with our emotions. And let it be a relationship of love and gratitude. Masaru Emoto, Dr. Masaru Emoto, I believe, the scientist who photographed the water, one of the most beautiful vibrations that he found was the combination of love and gratitude. So intricate and expressive and defined. So pay attention to these relationships that we have with ourselves and bless them with love and gratitude. Gratitude for the lessons, gratitude for the abilities. Avoid, not avoid the separation, because that's separation, but practice awareness of the separation and see where things are pulling apart. And in reality, they're one. And let them be one. So we are going, we hope that you can enjoy this right relationship with yourself and others, and ourselves and others. And the next 2 weeks will also be about right relationship. So we're going to be learning more and more about this. And just infuse every relationship that you have with yourself with love and gratitude. And it's not just you, because it's spirit. There's little you, big you, little I, big I. So let it, just feel God's love. So please prepare for deep level meditation.